These nuggets taste just like Chick-fil-A's. I've been working on this recipe for a while and I'm going to show you just how I did it. So I've got some chicken breast here that I'm going to cut into pieces. But before I do that, I'm not going to flatten it. You can flatten it some if you want to make the pieces maybe a little bit more even, but I feel like the smaller pieces are not really going to affect the cooking time as much as if I were doing a Chick-fil-A sandwich. Now, I would not worry about trying to make these into identical pieces because they're going to be small enough that when you're cooking them, they're going to fry at about the same temperature and will get done at about the same time. So once you put them in there and they're done, they're all going to be done at the exact same time. So don't worry about trying to make them perfect. All that you need to worry about doing is making sure that they're small enough that you get nugget-sized pieces. And with 2 pounds of chicken breast that I have here, I'm going to have a pretty decent amount of nuggets to work with. And I'm just going to get rid of any little tiny pieces that just didn't fit. I'm just going to toss those to the side. The next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to then batter my chicken nuggets. So in one bowl, I've got some milk and egg that I've blended together. And in the other, I've got my seasoned flour. And in the flour, I've got some salt, black pepper, smoked paprika, onion powder, a little cayenne, and some MSG. No matter what people say about MSG, it is not bad for you. You can look it up. It's just something people said back in the 80s as a scare tactic. It no longer applies. Please use it. It really makes a huge difference in getting that flavor that you want because that is what these chicken places use and it's what Chick-fil-A uses too. So I would use it if you want to make sure that you're able to get that exact flavor that they have. This recipe is really close to it. So I first dredge in the seasoned flour, then go over to my milk and egg mixture. Then I'm going to use this strainer to give them a little bit of texture and to get off all of the excess flour. And I've got my fryer set to about 340, a little lower than 350. I feel like this temperature works better. 335, 340, it works a lot better for this. So once I've got them all into the the frying process is really only going to take maybe 5 minutes, 6-8 minutes at the most. It really doesn't take long at all. And because it doesn't take long, you want to make sure that you keep your eye on it because you don't want them to get too dark. And when they're done, make some Chick-fil-A sauce and you've got perfect Chick-fil-A nuggets.